Have you ever wondered what it's like to be next to the largest animal that has ever lived? Not a dinosaur, but an animal alive today. The magnificent blue whale. These ocean giants can grow up to 100 feet long, that's as long as 3 school buses parked end to end, and their weight, a staggering 200 tons. That's heavier than 30 elephants combined. Even a blue whale's heart is the size of a small car, and you could swim through its major arteries. But the big question is, why? Why are they so incredibly massive? Well, the secret lies in a combination of their environment, their diet, and a clever evolutionary strategy. Let's dive in. First, living in the water is a game changer. On land, an animal that big would be crushed by its own weight under the force of gravity. But the ocean's buoyancy supports the blue whale's enormous body, freeing it from gravity's constraints and allowing it to grow to colossal sizes. It's like being in a state of near weightlessness your entire life. This watery world is the first key piece of the puzzle. Nets. Up is their menu. You might think an animal this huge eats equally huge prey. Right. Wrong. Blue whales are what we call filter feeders, and they primarily feast on tiny shrimp-like creatures called krill. A single blue whale can gulp down up to 4 tons, that's 8,000 pounds of krill in just one day. How do they do it? They use a special technique called lunge. A whale will accelerate and open its massive mouth, taking in a volume of water and krill that can be larger than its own body. Then it pushes the water out through its baleen plates, bristly structures that hang from its upper jaw, trapping thousands of pounds of krill inside. This is where it gets really interesting. Scientists believe this lunge feeding method is incredibly efficient. The amount of energy a blue whale gets from a single mouthful of krill is far greater than the energy it spends to perform the lunge. This massive energy surplus is what fuels their growth and sustains their gigantic bodies. It's a classic case of work smart, not hard. By targeting dense swarms of krill, they get the most bang for their buck, or rather, the most calories for their lunge. This super-efficient feeding strategy allowed their ancestors to get bigger and bigger over millions of years. Being big also comes with some serious perks. For one, it makes you practically predator-proof. When you're the biggest thing in the ocean, very few animals, aside from perhaps determined pods of orcas, will try to mess with you. Immense size also helps them travel vast distances across oceans more efficiently. A larger body is better at retaining heat in cold waters and allows for longer, deeper dives to find those precious krill swarms. It's an evolutionary advantage that has paid off in a huge way. So, to sum it up, the ocean's buoyancy freed them from the limits of gravity. A hyper-efficient filter feeding strategy gave them a massive energy surplus, and the evolutionary benefits of being the biggest creature around sealed the deal. From the physics of water to the biology of a tiny crustacean, everything aligned perfectly to create the gentle giant we know as the blue whale. It's a breathtaking example of how life can adapt and thrive in the most spectacular ways. Steve, thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the world of blue whales. If you found this as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more incredible stories from our natural world. Let me know in the comments what other ocean mysteries you'd like us to explore next. See you in the next video.